So today I'm going to be really brave and talk about my job and tell some stories. You're going to wonder if I'm running for president by the end of this video because I'm so passionate about this topic, and it just may be my TED Talk in the making. This video is a game changer for me personally because I'm finally stepping into the arena properly to talk about all the things around this that you guys won't talk about. Welcome to my video series called Porn and You. My name is Lyell and I'm a men's health and porn addiction specialist in Melbourne. Today I'm going to tell you some stories, the stuff you don't see or hear, the stuff that everyone wants me to write a book about, right? My work is not an easy job at all. Let me just say that. I'm not just sitting down talking to men about their problems like a psychologist would. I'm an intuitive healer amongst other things, and it's that part which makes me so good at this work because I can tap into people's stuff on a really deep level. I can feel into their stuff, I can detect their blockages, I hear their sabotages, and I serve them their shit sandwich on a platter. You cannot enable any client that has an addiction, right? Instead, I hold that space for them, and I believe in them at a higher level than what they will ever believe in themselves. I fight for them when they have given up. There's also a lot of hands-on work that I do. So I'm on my feet all day and I'm massaging for most of those treatments, dealing with the toxic energy time after time. I hear things I cannot repeat to anyone because they wouldn't be able to handle it. I get exposed to deep sexual wounding, and some of the time that's from a really dark place. And not everyone has good intentions when they come to see me, okay? What you don't see and what you don't hear are the phone calls from men telling me that they're horny and that they need help, leaving voicemails in low whispers and masturbating as they do so. You don't see or hear the text messages of dick pics and men telling me that they want me to touch them. You don't see the messages on Facebook where people are mentally ill and have very strange conversations with me. You can see the men commenting on my Facebook posts, if you like, about my looks and how they would like to see me take off my clothes. But you don't see the men coming in acting inappropriately for treatments. I get sexually harassed often. I've had men masturbate in my treatment room and scream the place down. I've had men masturbate in my shower and leave their ejaculation on the floor. I've had people threaten me and my family on various levels and degrees, and those ones are women mostly. So I have it coming from all angles. And as soon as I start to talk about this issue today, I get called a man hater. But if we don't address all of this holistically as a global issue, including the bad behavior, then we cannot heal what's really going on. And today I'm stepping into the arena without any fear. There's a lot of opinion about porn addiction online, right? We can all see that. And I hear about it all the time. People like to make sure that I know what they think about me and what I'm doing with these guys. The opinion out there is that everyone is entitled to their opinion when it comes to porn addiction. Fine, you are entitled to think whatever you like because that's your belief system, and your behaviors will feed into that belief system. But unless you know what this stuff does to people, to guys, on a scientific, neurological, biological, mental, emotional, and behavioral level, like I do, then you really don't have an argument. Why? Because all roads lead to destruction around porn addiction. You can watch porn all you like. I am not trying to change you or fix you, but I am here to address this global health crisis for our men, and I'm here to help the ones that need and want the help. What you don't see and what you don't hear are the stories about my clients. I often share testimonials online so that you can see these guys' accounts of what's going on for them in the treatments and afterwards, but never ever breach confidentiality and talk about clients online or use names. But today I'm going to tell you some stories. I have seen men that have not had an orgasm for 10 years plus because their wife left them a long time ago and took the kids, and the trauma of that has led to sexual dysfunction. I have seen men in their 60s that have only had sex twice in their life because they are the only two times that their wife agreed to have sex with them, and that was to conceive two children, and that's the truth. I have seen men that haven't had sex with their wives since 1991, but they are still together because this guy cares for his wife and he doesn't know how to leave. I've seen men whose wives are measuring their sperm when they have sex. I have seen men that can't function sexually because they saw their wife being killed in front of them in a horrific accident. I have seen men that were put in the garden as babies because they were crying and the mothers had mental illness and could not hold or care for their child. I have seen men that have been through horrific sexual abuse, farmed out by their own parents to a family friend for many, many years, and still have sexual dysfunction and other issues because of it. I have spoken to men who get up in the middle of the night, no matter where they are, multiple times and masturbate to porn. I have spoken to a teenager that masturbates 36 times a day, every day, and watches porn every single time. I have spoken to men who cannot get it up at all, who cannot orgasm, who cannot have sex with women, who are depressed and lonely and have high anxiety, and it's all because they've been watching porn every single day since they were a teenager. What you don't see and what you don't hear is the 80% of men out there who have erectile dysfunction once you take away sex and porn because they can't get any kind of erection or maintain that erection to masturbate. I've seen men that can no longer function sexually because they have had porn addictions for 20 to 30 years, sometimes up to 50. I have spoken to men who are traumatized by their addiction to the point where they cannot sleep, they cannot function, they avoid women, they avoid social scenes, they avoid life. I have plenty of men that contact me but never ever seek further help with me or anyone else because they're so scared of what their life looks like or will look like after porn. I have men that come in and say that they are so scared to give up porn because they feel like they're never going to see a naked woman ever again. And those ones are because their partner has shut down sexually and they're not having any sex at all. I've spoken to men that have been watching porn since they were 5 years old and masturbating since that age. I've spoken to men that are having multiple affairs, men that are seeking or seeing sex workers all the time, men that are addicted to sexual massages, men that are cheating every chance that they get, married men that are going on chat lines and seeking out sexual gratification through any means. When I tell these stories, they're not a rare occurrence. Okay, it's nearly every day that I deal with this, and it's nearly every single guy that has a story to tell me around their pornography journey. So before you have a go at me, have a look at yourself. Have a look at your life. I'm here to help you. So please stop taking up my time and energy by contacting me for all the wrong reasons. It's really like calling 000 and asking for a Chinese takeaway order. Okay? And to all the women, please get your heads out of the sand. Please do the research. You can contact me at any time if you have any questions. Please don't settle in your relationships when men are doing these things outside the relationship and watching porn within it. Men, I want you to step up. I want you to seek help. We need to do this together. Do you have any idea how this is affecting our children? It's horrendous. It really is horrendous.